All right, so let's start from the beginning. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey so you can kind of understand where this is coming from, who I am, and why this class can benefit you. Whether you're a student trying to get through school, or maybe you're watching it for somebody that you love who's going to be in college one day. Personally, I think that they should be here. I think that if you're not willing to invest in your own success, then you can't expect other people to invest in your success. Now, let's go back to the beginning. As a kid, I was not that kid who was making good grades, and when I say that, I'm not being dramatic. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not trying to just make up a story here. I was a horrible student. My grades were really bad. I would use it on every report card. I didn't like to make Fs because my mama would give me a whooping if I made Fs. So I would usually maybe get like a D or two. And I knew that if I only got one D, maybe two, I was safe. I wasn't going to get in trouble. I didn't make A's in anything. I think I made an A in PE, physical education, because I could run and jump really fast. Like a lot of young black males, I really thought of myself as an athlete more than a student. And a lot of this comes from self-perception. You have people that tell you at an early age who you're supposed to be, that you're supposed to just be, some kind of Michael Jordan, LeBron James type of guy. And, and of course, I couldn't do it because I wasn't even that tall and I wasn't that good as an athlete. But I thought I was good because I was faster than all the kids in my class. So I thought maybe I'd be a pro football player or something like that. And, it didn't work out. I wasn't a good enough athlete to play at the college level, and my grades were terrible. So I was kind of stuck. I was kind of lost. A lot of young black men get lost like that because they think that sports is going to save them. And then when sports doesn't save you, what do you have left? You don't have anything left if you haven't invested anywhere else. So coming out of high school, I had a baby when I was 18. That was absolutely the most mortifying experience of my life. But that's what happens. I found out that, if you have sex and you have sex enough times, eventually somebody can get pregnant. So like a lot of young people, I had this baby coming. I was just scared to death because I didn't have the grades to get into college and I had a baby coming. So what I did then was I went to college because I had nowhere else to go. I didn't want to go in the military. I didn't want to work full time. I had worked at like fast food restaurants, Taco Bell and McDonald's, and maybe I worked at McDonald's for a very short amount of time though, and some other place, Wendy's. I remember I worked at Wendy's for a while, and I knew I didn't want to do that. So the only two things I really knew about my life was that I knew I didn't want to be broke. I knew I didn't want to get punked. I didn't like people telling me what to do. And I figured education was a way to escape all of that a little bit, to kind of get a chance to, maybe create something better for my life. But I was nervous because I had never made good grades before. And here I was, freshman year of college at the University of Kentucky, first time ever deciding to make good grades. And I didn't even make good grades in high school. So how did I think I was going to do well in college? Because I had smart friends who went to college and flunked out. So I was kind of running scared. And I didn't really know how to study, but what I did was I used two simple pieces of logic. I said, number one, I remember playing sports, that when you play sport, if you want to be the best at the sport, you practice hard every day and you practice consistently. That was the first thing I knew. So I didn't think I was supposed to study, once a week or right before the test. I thought I was supposed to study consistently every day. That's what I did, not knowing that other college students don't do that. A lot of college students cram. They wait till the last minute. That gets them in a whole lot of trouble. Cramming is just a bad idea. Second thing I figured out was that I thought about, the job I had at Taco Bell or wherever I was working. And I said, okay, if they tell me to come in and work 10 hours a day, I can do 10 hours a day and it's no big deal. So if I can work for them 10 hours a day for a minimum wage paycheck, then I should be able to work for my future for at least 5 hours a day. But it's funny because if you say to a lot of students like, hey, you should study 5-6 hours a day, they look at you like you're crazy. Like, oh, Lord, I can't do it. Lord Jesus, this is going to kill me. And I'm sitting there thinking, so it doesn't make sense to me that you won't study 4 or 5 hours a day for your future, but yet you'll go, as soon as that man tells you to go work at McDonald's 8 hours a day, you jump up and do it like that. So why would you work harder building somebody else's dream for minimum wage on a corporate job that isn't even gonna do anything for you, for a paycheck that's gonna disappear in 2 weeks? Why would you work harder for that than you would on building something for your future, on something that's gonna last you forever? One of the things that I can say about my life right now is that there are things that I do right now today at the age of 44 that I would not be doing if I did not do certain other things at the age of 19. So there are things I did at the age of 19 that benefit me 25 years later. And the world really hasn't changed that much. Whatever you do right now at 19, 20, 21 years old is going to stay with you for life. If you have a baby at 19, 20 years old, that baby's going to be here when you're 45, and they're going to be asking questions about what you were doing with all that time while they were growing up. Okay? So the most important thing to really understand is that choices have implications, consequences. Doing well in school, it's all about setting up the right system, putting forth the energy. Where a lot of students get killed is they get too caught up in stupid stuff. They just, you'll see people spend more time at the damn practice, a step practice, than they will preparing for a biology test. That's crazy to me. That's weird. That doesn't make any sense. So if you're around people that don't make you feel like that's weird, then let me be the first person to tell you that that's weird. That makes no sense at all. So, the last thing I'll say to you is, if you're beginning your college journey, or you know somebody who's going through the college journey, and I hope that you'll let them watch this video. Just be smart about your time. Put energy toward the things that you value, and be consistent. You do those things, that's going to probably get you at least a B in every class that you take in college. I mean, I taught 20 years, and I can tell you, I could take any 15-year-old in most cities of average intelligence and put them in my class. Now, I taught seniors at a school that costs $40,000 a year now. I think that's the full tuition for Syracuse University, now tuition, room and board, and all that. You could put any 15-year-old of average intelligence in my class with seniors, and if they did exactly what I told them to do, they would get at least a B. So in order to get a C or a D or an F in a college class, you have to try hard to do that. You have to work exceptionally hard to not do well for that to happen. So those are some of my perspectives. That's some of the background. I'll give you more as the class goes on. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.